Hello, welcome to Yarn Lane. Happy birthday, Sewing Street. I love the fact that our sister show, Yarn Lane, well, we haven't been going a whole year yet on Yarn Lane, but it's, of course, a perfect excuse to continue the party on. And those of you that have bought already on Sewing Street, of course, you still log in on the same details as your same account details. You're still one postage and packaging, and you're still entered into all of the Sewing Street prize draws. So those of you that hadn't bought on Monday or Tuesday and you're buying today, which I know loads of people are already getting ahead on pre-order, it's West Yorkshire Spinners. Back, of course, very, very popular indeed when we launched them, so had to bring them back for the birthday. But it means that if you are shopping and you haven't already bought this week, you will also get a Sewing Street mug and you get a pin badge. You're entered into our daily prize draw to win lots of Liberty Fat Quarters. You're also entered into a huge weekly prize draw to win loads of goodies, including an Elna sewing machine, including the really beautiful big, almost like an industrial steamer. It's incredible. So there's loads of brilliant things up for grabs for that weekly prize draw. Now, what we've been scheduled for this hour, bearing in mind this is an hour, the reason I'm talking quite quickly is because this is a whole day event, this hour. We could talk about everything that we've got and the kits that we've got for a whole hour. So I'm not going to do that. I urge every single person to go to the website. Please go to the web, www.yarnlane.com, on your smartphone, on your tablet, on your laptop, on your computer. Go to the web, because when you get to yarnlane.com, it will look like this. We can show you. You will click Watch Live. It looks very similar to Sewing Street. Click Watch Live, scroll down. Everything is underneath us on the website. There are so many products, as you can see. We're just not going to be able to get through and show you everything in this 1 hour. So everything will be there. I understand, you know, lots of people have been waiting for the books, lots of people have been waiting for the kits. So if you were one of those people, just get ahead and check out now if I were you. We've got Carol back, and we do want to do as much sort of key demos and talking through different bits and bobs through as many patterns as we can. But the reason that we love West Yorkshire Spinners is because this is reared, sheared and spun in the UK. They are beautiful yarns, absolutely beautiful. Now we've got two great project books. We've got the Life in Colour and we've also got the Natural Home. Both of these are back in stock. They both sold out the first showing. All the kits that we have today do not contain the patterns, so you need your project books first, and they're gorgeous project books. Let's start with Natural Home. This is one that I launched last time I was on with Carol, the West Yorkshire Spinners, and I love that it's a project book as well. So it's a ring-bound book, which means that you can work from it. But the homeware products that you can make from here are absolutely beautiful. Now, they obviously advise their yarns, and they give you all a different. They tell you which colours. They show you what tensions. They give you great detail with the abbreviations. You can use obviously what yarns you've got at home, but they do recommend their own yarn, and they are so beautifully soft. So there's the lattice lace throw, all of your instructions there, your pattern. There's lovely bed runners. They are so classy and so classic. There's pouffe there, bed runner. There's loads of you there. Loads of you have already checked out. Now, this is a reversible cushion. So this is the one side, and the other side has got this amazing honeycomb effect, which is so cool. We actually demoed that in the last show. This booklet, I say booklet, this huge pattern book has been on twice before, both times completely sold out. We've got it back, especially for the show. Just so you know, there were over 100 in the first showing. I think over 100 in the second showing, both times completely sold out. So just be aware, if you have got it in your basket, don't wait for the demos. There are so many brilliant ideas in here that you're not just going to be using this once. That blanket was beautiful. It's one that you're going to make time and time again. The checkerboard was one that we did with Carol last time, and it's this sort of almost woven effect. It was really, really fascinating to watch how that comes together. We've got bundles for lots of these patterns coming up this hour, and what we'll do, because I don't want to spend 20 minutes now going through bundle after bundle as we want to get on with Carol, but we'll do the patterns, and then as we're going along, we'll show you some kits as well. But they're all there underneath on the website. So this is why I say, please do go to the web. I urge you to check out nice and early, because I think it's going to be a really, really busy show. It's not just a picture book. These are all your patterns as well. This isn't just a gorgeous coffee table book. You've also got your patterns. We had an email from Shirley saying, oh, thank you so much for bringing this back. She's missed out twice before. I really, really hope that you managed to get it this time. Do check out nice and early. That's my one word of wisdom. They are absolutely gorgeous, aren't they? Absolutely gorgeous. So, quarter of the stock already gone for your Natural Home booklet. Now, we've also got the Colour Lab. Life in Colour. Now, it's the first time I've seen this. It came in and disappeared in one showing. We had Chloe here in the studio from West Yorkshire Spinners. She was the knitwear designer, and she was here in the studio. Hannah said she is so, so lovely, so lovely. This is what's amazing about Yarn Lane is Rebecca Reed and the team really do source obviously beautiful quality yarns, but also smaller individual companies and some that are larger, obviously, but also some really great independent businesses and have a great relationship with them. So this is a bit of a showcase of all of the different jumpers. There's an accessory set there as well. The cardigans, £9.95. Somebody's asking about the scarf bundle, needles for the Emmy scarf bundle. So your instructions are in here, but what it will do, it will also, if you have a look on more details on our website, if you click more details, then it will tell you the breakdown of what yarn you need, what needles you need as well, what needles are advised in the pattern. So you can have a look on the web and have a look for the needles as well. If you do want to watch Chloe talking about her designs on the show, that was back on the 22nd of last month, of February, 22nd of February. You can watch it back on the YouTube Yarn Lane official page, YouTube Yarn Lane, and you'll be able to find it. But obviously it's all really, really clear. You've got lovely cardigans. Third of the stock has already gone. We've got a bundle for Sammy. I've spotted it. Look, here's the... I haven't got all of the samples because a lot of them have been sent back to West Yorkshire Spinners, but that's lovely. That's lovely. Really lovely. We get them before they go on their tour, before they go on their yarn tour. So they go around the UK to different yarn stores and things. So it's brilliant. We had a knitted octopus the other day. We couldn't get the other colourway because it was in Germany. It was on a world tour. It's on its European tour. Oh, this one as well is another one that we have got a sample of, which we're going to be, fingers crossed, having a look at. Yeah, I'm getting a nod, a confident nod. I'm not going to lie to you. Carol's just said to me, well, I can quickly make up a sample. I could start a sample now. So she's going to be showing us how to do the ribbed Raglan jumper. We've got it in a brown colourway, which is gorgeous as well. We thought that would be really nice as well. £9.95. Your ribbed Raglan cardigan. Here's the cardie. That's lovely, isn't it? We've got a bundle for that cardigan. Yeah, I love that. That's really nice. Paul's saying, I wonder whether I could get away with that. Absolutely. Absolutely. All of the sizes are in here as well, look. It's got the bust sizes, it's got your actual size, the full length, the sleeve length, so of course you can adapt it as well. I haven't got all of these jumpers, but you have got them all here in the book. All of the yarn is 4-ply for these. So if you've already got any other 4-ply, you could obviously use yours from home, no problem, but we have got some great bundles. Your accessory set as well. £9.99. Fantastic. Okay. Now less than 50 of those. Now less than 50. It's so good to have you back, Carol. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Very, very well.
Sample there.
We've got so much going on today.
Haven't we
going
just?
on. Which is great, but I can't stress this enough. Please have a look through on the website. We're going to try and keep up with Carol. It's over to you. Whatever you want to show us.
Are we going to start with the home collection?
Yeah.
I think.
Natural home collection, absolutely.
Okay. So the first thing I'm going to show is one of the squares for the patchwork blanket, because I think you've got that there.
Oh, we've done some brilliant ones last time you were here, haven't we?
Yeah, because we haven't shown this one yet, so I thought I'd do that one today. This is square number 1, so I'm just going to grab my things and show you. It's quite easy to do, but it's got this little section here which is called a cob nut in the pattern. It's a cob nut stitch. Okay, so you'll probably see that. Make 1 cob nut. It's what it says in the instructions. So I'll show you how to do that. So if I do a few rows from this to start with, is that okay with everybody? Right, well, let's start. This is square 1 if you've got the book already. I'm doing a cut down version of the square, obviously because it's going to take me too long to do the whole thing. So I'm starting back again from row 1. You slip the beginning stitch, knitwise actually is probably the best way, and that's just to give it a nice edge to sew together. Then we just knit 1 and purl 3. On this pattern, the bulk of it is like the wrong side facing the front, if you like, the purl side. So that takes us over the top of the cob nut below. And now we're going to make a cob nut. And if we look at the instructions, it says knit 1 without slipping it off the left-hand needle.
Okay.
So there we go. Then you do a yarn forward between the needles to make another stitch, and then you knit it again. So you've actually created 3 stitches from that one. And then in a later row, we're going to decrease back to 1 from 3. So that's what we do all the way along. Make a cob nut, purl 3.
Do they use cob nuts in the honeycomb?
I don't think they do. No, that was just the honeycomb pattern, I think. There was basket stitch in there, basket weave, and a plait, but I don't think they use cob nut.
The bundle of your yarn is also available on split pay. $49.99 over 3. Well, you can do 3 easy payments of $49.99. It's $149.99, and in that bundle, you get enough to be able to make the whole patchwork blanket. Do you know how many? What your breakdown is? I'll try and find the actual. Item code. Whilst you're looking at Carol, look at the demo for a bit, and then I'll try and find it.
Okay, so we're coming up to the end now. So I've just done cob nut and purl 3 all the way along to the last 2 stitches, and you just knit the last 2. So that sets up the beginning of the nuts, if you like. Okay, and the next row is quite straightforward. You're just basically knitting the knits and purling the pearls. You start off with a slip 1, and then we knit 4, the edge stitch plus the 3 that were purled last time, then purl the 3 that we made for the beginning of the cob nut, and knit the next 3.
Just so you know, you get 9 of the brown, and it's blue faced Leicester, 100% beautifully soft. It really, really is. So you get 9 of those, and then you also get, they're all natural undyed yarn as well. It's really
so
gorgeous.
Soft. It's lovely.
And then you get 11 of the ecru hanks as well. So you get 11 of those, these 2 colours together, and that's to make the patchwork blanket. Just so you know, currently for the kits, there are more people who have got it in their basket than we have availability.
Oh dear.
So please do check out as soon as you can.
Okay, so we're just coming to the end of this wrong side row, and then we do the magic to create the top of the cob nut. Actually, I lied. We make the cob nut a bit longer now. So again, this is a fairly straightforward row. Row 3, slip 1 and knit 1 to start off the row. Purl 3, So we're purling 3 and knitting 3 all the way along to create the centre of this cob nut. Honestly, as you use this wool, it's so beautifully soft.
It really is, isn't it?
It's lovely, yeah. It's really nice.
Does it make a difference when you're knitting with
Yeah,
it?
it just feels so much nicer. And it's easier sometimes to, you know, put your needle in and, I don't know, maybe it's just a thing that in your head that is so nice that it makes it feel nicer when you're knitting it. I'm not sure.
They're quite multi-tonal as well, aren't they? Because
Yeah,
obviously
they're
they're
lovely.
not, especially the browns.
Yeah. Okay.
Just so you know, we've not got enough to, if we had double the amount of quantity, we still wouldn't have enough. I think there's 3 times the amount of people who've got it in their basket than we have availability. So do check out now, if I were you, if you do want the whole bundle for the patchwork blanket and cushions. There's cushions to match as well.
Yeah, that's right. It's one of the squares on the cushion as well. So we've got one more wrong side row to go, and then I can show you how to close up the cob nut, and then that's that bit shown for you. So, because I know we're trying to get through a lot today, aren't we?
We're going to try. We're going to try and show as much as we can. If you've got any questions for Carol, get them in. The finished size, somebody's asked, is 130 by 170 centimetres or in inches. That's 51 by 67, and that's including the borders approximately. But I suppose it just depends on your tensions and things.
Yeah,
as well,
your
doesn't it?
tension may affect it, but I would advise that people check their tensions, because otherwise you might, if your tension's really loose, you'll make a bigger blanket, but you might actually possibly run out of yarn. So
okay.
it's always worth checking your tension.
And do you do that by making yourself a little square?
You make a little square, yeah, and put pins either side of the centre 10 centimetres and count how many stitches are between those pins, and that will give you your stitch tension. Same for rows as well. The stitch tension is the one I would say generally is probably more important to try and get.
The pattern as well, £12.95. You do need to get the pattern separately, remember.
Yeah, okay, so we're now coming up to the row that's going to close off your cob nuts, I believe. So let me have a look at where we are. Yes, that's right. So this is row, oh no, I think I've missed one. Slip 1, knit 4, purl 3. Yeah, we're right. No, I've missed a row. My cob nuts are going to be longer.
I don't know why this makes us chuckle. It's so
I tell you what, I'm going to cheat.
Why, Paul? Paul say, why are you two giggling?
I'm going to cheat. I'm going to do a knit 3 together.
What?
Change
So hang
the
on.
stitch.
You're knitting
No.
3 together to cheat?
No, I'm not. I'm not going to cheat. I'm going to take out a row. Sorry, folks.
It's all right. So just taking a row. Ah, do you know what? I didn't know how you do that.
Well, it's
Is it going to be hard to get your stitches back on?
not hard. Actually, this is probably a useful thing to show people. You pick them up, but don't, whatever you do, don't rush and don't, because you'll miss one. Just try and gradually get each stitch. It doesn't matter which way around you pick them up on your needle, because you can always turn them around afterwards. But they are sitting there quite proud, if you see. You can see them. And then I'm going to do it right this time. Okay, so we're nearly there.
Julie says, Carol, you knit the same as me, holding your right hand needle and throwing the yarn around your index finger without dropping the pin.
Yes. There's lots of ways of holding the needle. So we are, if we're holding the yarn in the right hand, we're throwers. We're sort of English knitters. If you hold your yarn in your left hand, you're known as a continental knitter or a picker.
Oh.
Because you pick it up, but you throw it with your right hand. Right, shall we have another go?
So what row did you miss?
I missed row 4. So we're doing row 4 now. So I'm going to slip 1. Just get my yarn in the right place and knit 4. Now some of these stitches are facing the wrong way, which is a useful thing to show you. You can always tell if the back is further forward than the front of the stitch, then it's facing the wrong way. So you can either turn it round, or you can just knit it through that back bit instead of the front bit, which is much easier. So now we've got to purl 3 together. So because I'm purling 3 together, I will get them all the right way around first.
Just so you know, I think the main blanket bundle is about to sell out. There's one left. But if you do want the cushions, it's the same pattern, isn't it, Carol?
Yeah, it's the same 4 squares.
Brilliant. But this time you get how many hanks do you get at this one? We'll have a look and see. Remember, you do need to get your pattern booklet as well, which is £12.95. So in the bundle for the cushions, you get 2 of the brown and 2 of the ecru. You need to get yourself a nice, you need to put it into a ball, don't you?
Yes, you will. Don't try and knit straight from that, because you will end up in a complete mess.
Okay.
I'm just going to show you this purl 3 together then, because obviously I went wrong before. So I've knitted 3. Now you just take your needle through all 3 stitches all at the same time. Can be a bit tight, but persevere, and then purl them all together. There we go. I'll show you the front in a minute when I finish this row, and then our cob nuts should be okay. And remember, because I dropped my stitches and I'm picked them up, some of them are facing the wrong way, so I'm just getting those around the right way before I do my purl 3 together. So here we go, purl 3 together, through there and out the back. And now we've finished. So if I just turn this around, we can see what the cob nuts look like on the right side. I think they're really pretty. I mean, they're just little sections that pop forward like that.
It looks so effective, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And you literally is this the one that you were just doing? No, this is one you've done at home.
No, this is one I'd started at home.
It comes together quite quickly,
It does, and it's got offsets. Obviously, you can see the next set of cob nuts, there's going to be 5 of them offset between the ones from the last one, and it's really quite pretty, that.
I love that. Absolutely love it.
I do too.
Brilliant. So that is just a reminder, the patchwork blanket and cushions, which is page 32 of your Natural Home book. The cushion kits come with, remember, you need to get your book separately, but it comes with 2 of each of your hanks, and these are blue-faced Leicester. There's only 4 of those bundles remaining. If you've got them in your basket, check out now. There's 1 bundle of the blankets yet to be checked out. Loads of you there though. You do need the pattern book. It's a really lovely pattern book. Is there another one that you're going to be working from this one now?
Yeah, I'm just going to show you square 2 as well, because that's quite a tricky one.
Square 2 on the patchwork blanket.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's also the other one that's on the cushion.
It's also on the cushion as well, yeah. So just getting the stitches on my needles from stitch holder, and then we'll have a go. Now this one's a little bit more tricky. It does some decreases in one row and increases in another. So let me show you what it looks like from the right side.
Is it worth working on circular needles doing this?
Doesn't really matter, whatever you're happier with, really. I just tend to use them for most things. I'm going to use a bit of white paper here, because I want to show you in these little cables, if you can see it, there's little holes in the middle. You probably can't see through that.
Oh yeah.
But there's little holes here through the centre of each cable, so that's quite a neat, nice little thing there. And then there's extra cables going on here. Again, this is a cut down version of the full one, but I just want to show you one row with all these cables in, because some of them are quite tricky, and you will need to look at, I'm going to put that there, that's my instructions, the instructions for these. All right, so I am on row 9 of this pattern, if anybody's got the book already, but as I say, I'm not doing quite as many cables as on here. So I'll just get myself to the first cable, slip 1, knit 1, purl 2. Now we've got what's called a C3r cable needle. Now, if you look in the instructions, the C3r says slip the next 2 stitches onto the cable needle and hold at the back of the work. So here we go. And again, you've seen me before. I like using these cable needles with a little dip in the middle. Knit the next stitch, just like a normal sort of cable.
Oh, so on the pattern, it's got a section that says special abbreviations.
Yes, that's
so
right.
We'll tell you what M1,
Yes.
what CN1.
What all of these are, yes. You need to look at that for this one.
Okay.
So you knit the next one, and then this is what makes the hole. You knit these 2 that are on the cable needle together through the back loop there. Okay, and that's what's going to create your hole as we go further on. So,
what are those little dippy needles?
I've done the wrong one.
Oh, are they the cable needles?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what your graphics are for.
Purl 2. Let's try that again. Now I'm a C3 together. This one is slip next 2 stitches onto the cable needle, hold at the back of the work. C3 together, knit the next stitch, and then knit these 2 together through the back loop. So I'm just showing you little bits of cables here, because that one can fool people sometimes. Okay, and then a C3r. No, sorry, me purl 2 first to get to the next cable, and a C3r. And again, look at the instructions. Slip 2 onto the back, knit 1 from the left-hand needle, and this time a C3r is just knit 2 from that needle. So there's a lot of setup on these rows for this one, but it does come out really lovely. Purl 2 again between cables. So 2 more to go. We've got a C3 together again. Okay, so slip 2 onto the back, knit 1, and the together really tells you that on these, when you do these 2 here, you're going to be working them together. So through there, and then knit 1, purl 2, drop 1 there, but never mind. So we're on the last one, which is a C3r, slip 2 to the back, knit 1, having a bit of a nightmare today.
Oh, do you know what? There's something in the
Something in the air.
in the air.
Knit 2, purl 2, and knit 2. So I think we got there in the end. So that's C3 togethers, which create a little sort of hole when we go back, and C3Rs. Now, on the next row, over the C3 togethers, you make another stitch with another yarn round like we did before for the cob nut. So that's sort of the same idea there. Okay, so do you want me to do another row, or shall we? I think we've probably got enough there.
Yeah,
you can
absolutely.
see the idea.
And they're about to sell out as well, by the way.
Okay.
If you do want the cushion, the blanket's completely sold out, but if you do want the cushion, remember you're getting, did you say 2 of each colour? So 2 of the brown, and then 2 of the ecru as well. $29.99, and don't forget to add in your pattern as well. Jot down today's date though, so you can watch that back on YouTube, which is the 3rd of March. 3rd of March. I know, how is it March?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, it's gone so quick, hasn't it? It's gone so quick this year already. But there's so many lovely patterns in here. Can you remember what date you were here last, Carol?
Goodness. Actually, yeah, it was near Valentine's Day. I think it was about the 13th. Of Feb.
Yeah, you were,
yeah.
The 13th of February. So if you do want to watch it back on the Yarn Lane YouTube Yarn Yay on the Yarn Lane YouTube channel, then of course you absolutely can.
That's the one that showed the entrelac as well. So that's if you need some help with that, that was a good one to watch.
Fantastic. Right. So is that everything from the Natural Home?
Yeah, I think so. I think we've done enough of that now. The next one is the Colour Lab stuff.
Brilliant.
So.
There are a few more kits on the website. So let's have a quick look through. If you go to yarnlane.com, if you click on Watch Live and scroll down, then you'll be able to see. So we've got the checkerboard one. Oh, that's the one we did on the 13th of February.
That's right.
There's more kits available. There's a couple of those kits available. The honeycomb cushions as well. There are kits available, $24.99. That one is the basket weave cushion. We've also got the lattice lace throw, which is gorgeous. Did we do a little bit of that one?
We did that one on the first show, actually. Yeah, the lattice lace throw. I don't know what date that one was.
We'll find out. But the lattice lace throw, that's a gorgeous one, available on the website again. And then that one is the ripple cushion. These are all for your yarn. Remember, you do need oh, look, the basket weave cushion's now sold out. But all of those are available. The patchwork blankets sold out. They're all from this pattern book at $12.95. That's the one that you're going to need. We've seen hundreds of these sell in the past. Every single time that we've had them in, they've sold out. So just be aware to check out nice and early. If you've bought any of the bundles, you will also need to get your pattern book. It's £12.95 from West Yorkshire Spinners. Okay, now, we've also got the Colour Lab Life in Colour. Now, the first time we had this, it completely sold out. It's the first time I'm seeing it, and it is brilliant. So far, oh my word, there's loads of you who've already checked out on this. It's the best-selling item so far on Yarn Lane. You're looking at, again, West Yorkshire Spinners. We met Chloe here on the first show. She was the designer of all of these beautiful jumpers. There's Chloe. So you can watch the show back. I think it was with John Scott, actually. You've got Flo, Will, Sammy, Seb. Oh, it was with Rebecca. It was with Rebecca. On the 22nd of Feb, if you do want to watch the show back as well. Sand stitch jumper. They're absolutely beautiful jumpers. We've got kits for lots of these jumpers with beautiful Colour Lab yarn as well. So it is the designated yarn, the ones that they will recommend, the actual Colour Lab yarn. So have a look on the website to see what is available. We've got this kit in this colour as well with the Coral Crush and the Natural Cream, which is gorgeous. You do need your book with all of your patterns. Just £9.95, which is great value, isn't it? Really good value. This one's lovely. This is the ribbed Raglan jumper, which we're going to have a look at today. We've got that kit. If you're looking for it, it's in brown on the web shop. It is in brown on the web shop, so have a look through. If there's any that you want me to look at in particular, then please do message in. I'm on Facebook Live on Yarn Lane TV's Facebook. If you want to come in and ask any questions for Carol, we're still live for another 20 minutes or so, so get all of your questions in. I love that you've even got, we've got it behind me, the scarf. In fact, it's perfect colour with my top, isn't it? With the hat and the scarf. I love that. The accessories as well. So there's some brilliant, really, really brilliant patterns in here. Yeah, absolutely. I like that it's a project book that you can work from a ring binder, Carol.
Yes, that's a great idea. But the main thing about them is they're all such easy patterns to make.
Are they?
Colour work. They all use this idea of slip stitch patterns, which is just one of the easiest ways to create colour. I mean, and look at these beautiful things that they make with them.
Oh,
gorgeous.
they make gorgeous.
Just with slip-in stitches. It's great.
Right, so we want to try and show as much as we can. Which one do you want to start with, Carol?
Shall we start with this one, because this is my fave.
Yeah, that is really, really nice. Well, let's see if I can find it in the book as well.
I love this one. It's beautiful.
I
love
gorgeous.
The colours, actually, and the style. But as I say, it's all done with slip stitches. And what that actually means is that you're not having to carry colours across a row. Every single row is done in one colour.
Right.
Okay, so it's like pairs of rows, if you like, pairs in one colour. and then pairs in the next.
This one's called Kim, and in your bundle for $49.99, we'll tell you what you get. So, in fact, this is the one. I think I've got this one on the desk. So I think you get 3 of your Arctic White. Oh gosh, these are lovely and soft as well. You also get 3 silver grey, and then you get 2 electric blue. You do get 3 greys and 2 electric blues, and that's enough to be able to make your jumper. You just need to make sure that you get the book as well. $49.99. It's lovely yarn to work with as well, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's really nice to work with. Yeah, it's lovely. Yeah.
Brilliant.
So, okay. So I've got a little section here, which is from the bottom of the sweater, if you like, without the rib. I haven't done the rib in the grey. So we have a plain white section. Then we have a white and a grey. That's the slip stitches. Then a couple of rows grey, and now we've got blue and grey slip stitches. So I'm going to show you how this slip stitching works, because as I say, you only ever work 1 row in 1 colour. Well, in fact, you work pairs of rows. So 2 blues, 2 greys is what we're going to be doing. The next one we're going to be working with is the blue, and I'll tell you how you know what the next one is in a minute once we get going, in case you get mixed up. So what we're going to do with the blue is slip the greys. Just slip them purlwise. It has to be purlwise. You don't want to twist the stitch. So just slip it onto there and then knit the blues. And you do that all the way along. Slip the greys, knit the blues. And this is what gives you your 2 columns.
Ah.
1 in each colour. See how simple that is? It's just, I love slip stitch knitting. I've had a challenge going this week on my Facebook page for people to make a scarf with a different stitch each day, and it's gone really well. It's lovely.
It's easy to remember as well, isn't it?
Oh, you know, I'm not even following the pattern for this because it's so easy. So I'm less likely to make mistakes with this one than I was with the cable.
It's telly friendly as well.
On the return row, you're now on the wrong side, and because this is like a stocking stitch type pattern, we're going to be purling, but again we're slipping the greys. So slip them purlwise and purl the blues all the way along. Slip the greys, purl the blues. And that's what creates these columns, and it really looks much more complicated than it actually is.
Really complex.
Yeah, and I just love these patterns. She's done a marvellous job, and all of these patterns are using the same sort of technique but in different sort of combinations.
Oh gosh.
All the same,
How clever.
all using slip stitches. Okay, so now we change and we're going to use the grey now. So we've used 2 blue, we used 2 grey. So if you were to put your knitting down and pick it up later and think, oh, which one should I do now?
Yeah.
Look at the back of your work and the last 2 rows of loops along the back, the carries along the back there, that's in blue. So that means the next 2 rows need to be in grey.
Makes sense.
So that's how you work out where you are if you get a bit lost.
Is it sometimes difficult to know which is the front and the back of your work? That might be a silly question, but
occasionally it can be, yeah, because especially one like this one, which I'm going to show in a minute, which has got bumps on the front and the back. But you will see that on the back you've always got your carries, your floats coming across the back there.
Ah,
so
on this you can easily
you
distinguish
can tell,
the front
and
and
in
the back.
fact on this one as well, even though there's bumps on the front, you've still got carries
it's
on
still
the back.
different.
But that's still
That
a
looks
nice
at the
pattern.
front, yeah.
So yeah, you need to. Yeah, I'll tell you what. If you do get a bit confused, just stick a stitch marker in one of the front stitches to show you this is the front.
Brilliant.
So that's what I would do. Okay, so we're now on grey. So this is the same, but you're just knitting the greys and slipping the blues. It's as simple as that. Just pull that tight there. When you're slipping across the back, try not to pull your yarn too tight because it will pucker a bit if you do that. Just nice and loose.
And what about your blue yarn that's sort of there as well? Do you just completely
It
ignore
just
that?
hangs there, leave it
doesn't get
hanging there
tangled?
on the right hand side, and then when you get back after your next wrong side row, you'll be picking it up again.
Right.
In fact, I'll show you that, how, you know, to make sure that you're picking it up without any issues. It's not really a huge amount of issues you can do with slip stitch work. It's absolutely gorgeous. She's done a great job on these designs, I think. So going backwards then, purl the greys, and slip the blues.
She's only young as well, isn't she?
Yes, she
the
is,
designer.
yeah.
She's, Hannah was saying, she's really lovely. She lives in Penzance, and she came up, and she's really, really lovely.
It's lovely, isn't it, when people are starting out on their design journey and they get the recognition. It's great. Gives them a lot of confidence. Brilliant. Okay, so there we go. I've done the row of greys. So the next row would be the blue, because you can see the slip stitches of the grey. So just pick, what I would do is drop the grey to the back, pick the blue up from the front.
Oh, okay.
That's all there is to it. And you may need to, every now and again, unwind your balls. And that's it. That whole pattern of this jumper is worked with different combinations of colours in that same
for the sleeves as well, yeah?
Yeah, everything.
Amazing.
Very, very straightforward.
We love
beautiful.
it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, I do.
There's really, really clear pattern as well as you go through, and lovely photographs as well. So $49.99 is for the kit, $9.99 for your pattern book. The kit is the same colour as the one that you can see here with the electric blue. Have a look on the website though, because there's lots of kits from the Colour Lab range, so all to go with this book. This is your back by popular demand show as well, remember. Now we've also got this one. Now this one is your ribbed raglan jumper, your Sal jumper. We've got it in brown. So it's going to be a bit different to the one that, that you see on here, but I think, is it the same colour that you're working with? You're working with brown and coral.
I'm not sure because I haven't seen it. I'm using brown and coral. Is that the one that you've got on the website? Oh.
No.
Okay.
The one that we've got on the website, we can show you a picture of it. So can you see the little square? It's the brown colour with the cream. It's the brown and cream.
That's
I don't know
just
if
showing the main bit. I don't think it's showing the top bit there.
Oh, just in the corner. The brown looks like this, and the cream is this.
Okay.
So these are the ones that you get. You will get how many brown and how many cream, Hannah? She's just getting the breakdown for us, but you get the Colour Lab West Yorkshire Spinners yarn, which is again sheared and spun in Britain, in Yorkshire. You get 7 of the hazel brown, 2 of the Arctic white, 2 of this colour as well. It's exactly the same. The main body will be in the brown, and then your cream will be at the top here, and we're going to learn this technique with Carol.
Yeah, okay. So just to add more confusion, I've got brown and coral, but what I'm going to show you is the bit at the top here, this raglan section here, because that's the bit that's got an extra little thing that you need to consider, because that's using garter stitch, which is knit on both sides.
Could you just come forward slightly, please?
Yeah.
That's perfect, thank you.
Okay, so imagine the brown is the blue. So here we are, I've got my brown, and what we do with this one is we do 2 whole rows of brown, but no slips. So we knit all the way along with this pattern, and then we knit all the way back, and that creates a ridge in brown, which is the ridge in cream on this one in front of me. I don't know if you can see it that closely, but I'll show you in a minute. So knit all the way to the end, and then turn and knit back. So that's nice and simple. No slip stitches at all there. So this is just, as I say, this is just straightforward garter stitch. Knit every row. These are just so easy. I tell you, if you struggle with colour, if you've tried something like Fair Isle or block knitting with Intarsia and you've struggled, slip stitching is your answer, believe me. So easy. So now it's an orange row in my example. So what we're doing here is we're slipping, just get that round there, slipping the first brown and knitting the first orange. So just the same really as we started off before on the other pattern, but this one's different on the way back, and I'll show you why in a minute. Because this is done in garter stitch, we have to do an extra yarn movement on the back, because we're now going to knit the oranges. Slip the greys, knit the oranges. So slip the grey, brown. Then you have to take your yarn to the back to knit the orange.
Right, okay.
But then you must remember to bring it forward, otherwise your floats are going to be on the front of your work.
So that's just the first ones you do?
Yeah, so slip the brown, yarn to the back, knit the orange, yarn to the front. Slip the brown, yarn to the back, knit the orange and yarn to the front. And you'll soon know if you've forgotten to move the yarn to the right place, because you'll start to get these floats here on the front of your work and you'll think, that's not meant to happen. So what that creates now is this lovely effect of these little bumps in orange here on the front. Can you see?
Yeah.
Lovely little bumps. Here are your garter stitch bumps in between your garter stitch rows in the brown. And that's exactly what's been used here. In this one, the cream is the garter stitch row, like the brown on here, and the blue are these little garter stitch bumps. But it's just so effective.
Oh, so right, you've done it that your main body
My
of your
main is brown.
Is brown.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then your coral instead will be your cream with the bundles that you're getting.
Yeah, I've done it the other way around, haven't I? Yeah. But whichever way. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I take it what you mean. Yeah. So this here is the main is blue, and then the straight lines are done in cream. Yeah, I've done it the other way, but.
No, it's all fine, absolutely. It's just good to see the technique. It's really good to be able to see the technique.
So that's quite simple. Just remember to move your yarn forwards and backwards between the orange stitches so that you end up with your floats on the back of the work and not the front of the work. Okay, and that's slip stitch knitting.
Oh, we love it. Absolutely love it.
It's fantastic, and they're all done in a similar way. So do give any of them a try. You'll find it's a lot easier than it looks.
Oh yeah, when you
create
look at
beautiful patterns.
Yeah, I mean this one. Look at this one as well. Is this done with slip stitching as well?
Yeah, all of them are. Same sort of thing.
This one as well. We've got a bundle for. The cardigan is absolutely gorgeous. So it comes from the same book again. Problem is, if you want this colour, then there's only 4 of them. We've only got 4. Let me see if I can find what page it's on for you. So the bundle of the Abbey cardigan contains 2 of the lovely blue, and then you get 5 of the Arctic white, which is like a lovely cream. There's more of you that have got that one in your basket than we have availability, so just wanted to let you know about it. The pattern book obviously will still be needed. It's £9.99, and there's lots of great patterns in here. All of your Colour Lab yarn are 100%, 100 gram balls, just so you know. They're all available on the website, so you'll see all of the kits underneath us on the web. It's definitely worth having a good look through after the show and just seeing what is available. Also, look at the more details section on the website as well. So once you click onto an item, there is a little tab that says more details. If you click onto it, then it will tell you how much yarn you need. It will tell you the size of the needles you need, and it'll give you lots of more sort of information. With the yarns that we're looking at today, it tells you, for example, you can see here, you've got a measurement guide of the bust size, but your bundles, it will tell you, it will knit from a 28-inch bust to a 46-inch bust. You've got enough to be able to do the large, which is the 46-inch bust, with the bundle, with this bundle. Sorry, have I just made that sound really complicated? Have I?
You can make the biggest size. And any other size.
I think you can't really, because it goes up to 50.
Ah, no,
With
not the
this
biggest,
bundle,
then.
you can go up to 46 inches, but all of
Right.
them are on the website anyway. That's your yarn bundle, so have a look at all of the more details. That will knit up to 46 inches. So yes, have a look.
Okay.
More details on the website. You will be able to see on the yarn bundles on the website the sizes that they knit to. It will explain it on the web. I think that's clear. No, we can't look at the book through obviously you can't look through the book on the website, but on the Well, can I show you on the website? Does that make it easier? Right, thanks, Hannah. There you go. There's your yarn bundle. Click more details. Underneath, all the details are there. And for example, the yarn pack that you're getting has enough to knit size 28 to 46 inch bust.
Right.
And then in the details, it will also tell you what it contains. And that is for each of the yarn bundles that are on the website. There you go. Brilliant. Thank you. Is there anything else that you wanted to mention? We've literally got about 4 minutes.
I don't think so. I could show you that one, but you'd have to pass it over to me.
Which one's that?
I could have a go at that coral one, if you like. But I'll be making it up out of my head. But that's the thing about slip stitches, they're so simple.
The coral is beautiful as well, isn't it? We have got the coral bundle, that's on the website. I don't think we've got time to demo it.
No, I can talk you through it. You can see from here, you've got two garter stitch rows in the cream, then you've got 2 in the orange, and then you've got a little section there with little orange bumps in the centre. Can you see those of a few rows in garter stitch again? So it's basically the same idea as the blue and white one here, the dark blue and white one that I've done here, with little garter stitch bumps showing through. But there's more plain rows in between. That's the only difference there.
The bundle that you get for $37.99, again, we'll say in the description that you can make this jumper with the yarn that's included from a 28 to a 42 inch bust with the long sleeves. So that's the shorter sleeve version, but you can do the longer sleeve version. If you do want to do a 50 inch bust, you can do it, but you can do it in a slightly cropped version, which is also detailed in the description on the website. The bundle has got 3 of your coral, 3 of your natural cream. 3 coral and 3 natural cream. There's only 4 of those bundles remaining at $37.99, and it is a beautiful, beautiful jumper. Don't forget, everybody who is buying, you're automatically entered into the Sewing Street prize draw to win the Liberty Fat Quarters. So it's definitely worth tuning in tomorrow on Sewing Street to find out if you're the winner. Thank you ever so much, Carol.
You're welcome. It's lovely, lovely patterns to work with.
Do you know
really
when you're
nice.
back on with us?
Next week.
Oh, brilliant.
Goodness, yes. Next Wednesday, I believe I'm doing some Fair Isle stuff and some other colour work in Tarsia.
Oh, very nice.
Yes.
Very, very nice. We'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So, can I just quickly recap the booklets? So we've got the Natural Home one, which is the one that we were starting the show with. Once again, when we had it first time in, over 100 sold. Second time in, same story, over 100 sold. They all completely sold out. We've got them back in, especially for Sewing Street's birthday. £12.95, and way over half of today's allocated stock has gone. I know lots of people who have been missing out on this time and time again. So if you do want to make the most of it, don't wait too long. It's just £12.95. It's a beautiful pattern book. This is the one that we were working on today, so jot down today's date. But on the 13th of February, we saw the honeycomb, we saw the checkerboard trellis blanket. There were lots of other techniques. That's the honeycomb one, which was gorgeous. We saw how to do this technique on the 13th of February, if you want to watch the show back. But it is all lovely and clear in your instructions. £12.95. And then the other booklet, I say booklet, it's not, it's a huge pattern book. There's so many patterns in here, but I like that it's ring bound so you can work from it as well. There's only 14 of these left. It's £9.95. Do make sure you're checking out as soon as you can, as all of these sold out the first time round. Now, Yarn Lane is back on Friday with something completely new. It's called I Knit Designs. Oh, Hannah's telling me there's some really great cushion designs and blankets. And if you like sheep, there's a really cute design as well. So that's on Friday. Yarn Lane will be back. Thank you so much for spending your morning and your lunchtime with us. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning with more Sewing Street birthday treats bright and early from 8 o'clock. See you then.